Today we're going to start our new chapter, that is 12th chapter, discharge of a contract. And here we're going to discuss about the term discharge of a contract, then what is discharge by performance of a contract and discharge by mutual agreement. Discharge of a contract. Discharge means termination of contractual relationship. So discharge of contract means it is the end of a contractual relationship between two parties. A contract is said to be discharged when the parties are freed from the task of performing their respective obligations. The relationship between the parties comes to an end. That's called a discharge of a contract. Then different modes of discharge of a contract. A contract can be discharged in the following ways: by performance, by agreement, by lapse of time, by operation of law, then by impossibility of performance, and the last one by breach of contract. What is the term discharge by performance of a contract? Discharge by performance of a contract means when the parties to a contract fulfill their obligations arising under the contract within the time and in the manner prescribed, it is known as discharge by performance. So discharge means termination. Termination by performance of a contract. When the parties in the contract, when both the parties fulfill their respective obligations and their respective obligations, they are fulfilling their respective obligations in time and in the manner prescribed. That's called discharge by performance. Termination of a contract by performing all the obligations by both the parties. Discharge by mutual agreement or consent. As contract is created by an agreement between two parties, hence it can be discharged or terminated by mutual agreement or consent of the parties concerned. We are creating a contract by an agreement between both the parties. In the same way, we can end or we can discharge or terminate an agreement by mutual agreement or consent of the parties concerned. We are ending the contractual relationship in the same way as it is created. And there are various modes of discharge of an existing contract. The very first one, novation. Second one, alteration. Third one, rescission. And the fourth one, remission. Then waiver. And the last one, novation means substitution of a new contract. Here, a new contract is substituted for the existing contract. It's a transaction. Novation is a transaction by which the consent of all the parties of the old contract is of all the parties, the old contract is revoked and substituted a new contract. So novation means substitution of a new contract. Sometimes the contracting parties may agree to substitute a new contract in the place of the original contract between themselves. The substitution of a new contract is called a novation. So novation creates a new contract in the place of original contract. Rescission, which means cancellation of the contract. If the parties to a contract agreed to resign it, the original contract need not be performed. So rescission means cancellation of the contract and novation means substitution of a new contract. In that case, original contract need not be performed. Both the contracting parties may agree by a mutual agreement to resign the contract by cancelling some or all of the terms of the contract. So the contracts can be resigned in any of the following ways. That means by mutual consent of the parties, by the aggrieved party, and by the failure to perform obligation. So cancellation of a contract can happen in this following ways. Mutual consent, by the aggrieved party, and by the failure to perform obligation. The third one is remission. Remission means acceptance by the promisee of a lesser fulfillment of the promise made. It means acceptance of a lesser performance than what was actually due under the contract. It is a unilateral act of the promises discharging at his will and pleasure the obligation of another. I will explain it with through an example. X owes rupees 500 to Y, and Y agrees to accept a lesser sum, namely rupees 400 instead of 500. As soon as rupees 400 is paid by X, the whole debt of 500 is discharged. So accepting lesser performance than what was actually due, that's called a remission. Then alteration. Alteration of the contract can take place when one or more of the terms of the contract altered by the mutual consent of the parties to the contract. Alteration means discharge of original obligations. Alteration means a change in one or more of the terms of the contract. We are making a change in the terms of the contract by mutual agreement. So the parties to contract can alter one or more terms of the contract, and by such alteration the contract is discharged. For example, X enters into a contract with Y for supply of 100 bags of sugar by the first of the next month. X enters into a contract with Y for supply of 100 bags of sugar by the first of the next month. Subsequently, both X and Y want to alter the terms of the contract, and thereby X and Y agree that X should supply 50 bags of sugar instead of 100 bags on the 10th of next month. In such case, the old contract is discharged. So by making changes in the contract, the old contract is discharged and new contract is formed. That's called alteration. And the second last one, waiver, which means deliberate abandonment or giving up of a right which a party is entitled to under a contract, whereupon the other party to the contract is released from his obligation. So when both the parties by mutual consent agree of abandon their respective rights, the contract need not be performed and the same is discharged. That's called a waiver. Let me explain through an example. A agrees to supply B 10 bags of rice. A agrees to supply B 10 bags of rice. B in return agrees to supply A 10 bags of wheat. So that's a reciprocal promise. Subsequently, both A and B agreed to abandon their respective rights. Accordingly, A need not supply rice to B. Likewise, B need not supply wheat to A. Now the contract is discharged. That's called a waiver. Deliberately, they are giving up each party's rights. Merger means merger of two or more rights into one contract. That is, an existing contract, existing inferior right of a party merges into a newly acquired superior right by the same party. Then it's called a merger of rights. That is, sometimes both the parties in a contract who have already entered into a contract with the inferior rights may enter subsequently a new contract, and the new contract creates superior rights. That's called a merger. Example, Y is the owner of a house in which X is residing as a tenant. Subsequently, X buys the property from Y. So in such case, X lesser right as a lessee, as a tenant, will be merged into his superior right as a owner. Um, Simply we can say X the tenant now becomes the owner of the property. Hence the lease agreement between X and Y stands automatically discharged. The superior right of a party merges into a newly acquired superior right. Inferior right of a party merges into a newly acquired superior right by the same party. Then it's called a merger of rights.